Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be restyling Kyle's office. I got a ton of stuff from Facebook Marketplace, so it's nice to be able to like resell some of his items, and then we got such a good deal on a bunch of the other ones. So we are going to kind of give it a little bit of a refresh, a little home office makeover. But the first thing we want to do is actually just start to clear everything off. We'll pull everything out and then I'll show you what we got to reconfigure this space a bit. All right, this is the before, this is our starting point, and if you're able to look past the mess, you can see it's really not bad in here, but this is the way that it's been really since moving into this house 3.5 years ago. And truly refreshing your space can really revitalize your home and your mood and just kind of inspire you a little bit. And so I thought it'd be fun to surprise Kyle. So I actually enlisted Luke's help to help me today, and he was excited to be a part of it. But the first thing that we wanted to do before anything else was actually laying out the brand new rug that we got. But I always love to lay it out in the sun just because the warmth of the sun helps to kind of loosen up the fibers and help it lay down a little bit more flat. So we're doing that first, and then we jumped right into clearing off all of the surface areas in Kyle's office. That way we can begin with a new clean slate. Okay, so as we go throughout this makeover today, this is going to be such good proof that you can truly completely transform and make over a space without doing anything crazy. Like, we are not painting, we're not doing a bunch of DIYs or anything. We are just simply reimagining the space, and then we are swapping out a few furniture pieces, but also those items were found from Facebook Marketplace. It really ends up not actually costing us anything. We just, buy this for $100, sell that for $100, and in the end it kind of comes out about even. But truly just reimagining your space, kind of reconfiguring things, can make such a huge transformation. So the only thing that I had Kyle do for this entire makeover was taking the cords out of his desk, just because there were a ton of cords. I didn't really know where everything went and how to take them apart the way he wanted. So I did enlist his help for that, but then we kicked him out of the office and we took care of the rest. And I will be including his reveal at the end. So the funny thing is, he did know that we found him a new desk and he knew that we found some new chairs and stuff, but he did not know that I was going to be actually like reconfiguring his office and rearranging things. And you guys will be shocked to see how everything turns out at the end. It doesn't even feel like the same space. All right, we have all the surfaces nice and cleaned off. We are going to be keeping this bookshelf back here. I want to like completely restyle it, so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to pull everything down, and clearly I needed to dust and wipe everything down anyway. So we got that done. Kyle disconnected his desk just because he has a ton of different wires that I don't fully know what everything goes to. Luke and I are going to completely kind of restyle his office. We're not painting, we're not doing anything crazy, we're not adding new lighting or anything, but we are adding some new furniture pieces. Like I said, they're from Facebook Marketplace, so we got a very, very good deal on everything. But we're changing out the desk, changing out the rug. The rug did come from Walmart, and I love this rug. We actually used it in our recent room rescue fall edition. It's such a pretty rug. I've had my eye on it for a while, so seeing it in person at Becca's house just made me be like, all right, I definitely want this in our house. And I feel like it's such a timeless rug. This rug kind of bunched up. I don't know what happened, and it is a shag rug, so not the best with a bunch of kids and a bunch of pets and all the things. So we are gonna change that out. And then I also am gonna change out his couch area for some chairs that I got. So we have a lot of things, and then of course just like restyling. Literally, as I was sitting here looking at this, I was thinking maybe I would have reconfigured the office a little bit. I wasn't thinking I was going to, but we'll see how it goes. But first things first, let's clear it all out. So we're gonna take the desk, the rug, and the couch, and then we can start bringing the stuff in. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how grown our boys have seemed lately. And this song that I'm about to play 100% makes me tear up just thinking about it and all the time that's passed. But I am so grateful just to be able to see them grow.
Play it back again, just one more time, 'cause I wanna see it whenever I close my eyes. If I write it down and hold it close, would it give me this feeling whenever I need it most? Tell me it will always be like this. Promise that you won't let me forget. Into the morning, chasing the light, sure as the day turns into night. Tell me it will always be like this, just like this. Just like this.
While we were working on this office makeover, I really listened to Luke's ideas and input for the space, and he definitely had some good ones, but we ended up moving the desk around a ton. I don't think I even ended up showing you guys all the different options just because we were working at that for a while, but in the end it was completely worth moving the desk around and we found the perfect spot for it. But let me know in the comments as you watch us kind of moving things around if you had a different idea for the desk or if you liked an option that we didn't end up going with. Also, I did want to mention, I know this is a corner desk, so typically you would want to put this in a corner, but I just wanted to show you guys, you don't have to put a corner desk in a corner if the room allows for it. And in this case, we really didn't want to, just because he didn't want to be pressed up against the wall. And also the view out of this window is just literally like a brick fence wall. So there was just nothing pretty to look at out there. So that's why we ended up kind of bringing it to the middle of the room. Okay, so now we're gonna try some different configurations. Luke's saying to kind of try in the corner maybe, and then I'm gonna try going up kind of close to this wall and coming out, and then we'll try the original thought, which is this way, where it's kind of floating in the middle of the room. We're maybe making some progress. We had to move things around like 1,000 times, but we're gonna grab the swivel chairs that I found and see where we want them. And we might do this setup. We'll just see. We'll play around with it. All right, I think we got it figured out. So we're gonna have the desk like this. I like this because this, like the stairway kind of kicks out, and so this space is a little bit less usable. And so we're kind of utilizing that space over here this time because we're able to kind of scoot it over. We still have a ton of room over here, like more than with the desk the previous way. And so we're actually gonna put these chairs like this. They're swivel, and it's nice because then it's like we can actually come hang out in the office versus kind of being behind the desk, which is how we've always had it. But I feel like this will be way more engaging and just kind of more interesting. Plus, now he gets to actually see his prints because he'll be kind of faced that way a little bit more. So anyway, the next thing we gotta do is scoot this super, super heavy piece right here over there. So we'll have to move the chairs, lift up the rug, and then scoot this over. Really, I think it's just kind of piecing things back together at that point. Kyle really loves his office space to be really nice and peaceful, kind of minimal, I guess. And so I'm going to try to, as we add more things back into here, just not overdo it. I think I'm gonna put his lamp over here. So we're gonna move this one over to this side. If that still ends up being too much, we'll just pull that lamp out. I would actually love to get a different lamp. Just this is one that we've had for years and years and years that we got from Ikea, but it works. So we'll keep with it for now. Okay, I think we're gonna change out the olive tree that we have just because this one is really, really full. And so I'm gonna see if I can change it out for this one. I do need to fluff this one up a little bit more. We brought this to one of the room rescues and it didn't end up using it. Kind of got unfluffed, but I think this one might fit the space a little better and not kind of overcrowd it. Olive trees are an absolute favorite of mine because they go with almost any decor style. They look beautiful all year round. They add lots of movement and lots of life to a space, and they also are able to add height. And now I feel like olive trees are very common. You can find them in stores, you can find them online, different places, and so you can really like kind of customize what size you want, how full you want. I typically will pick them up when I find them on a really good sale, and then I just go ahead and move them around our house as needed. So I'm sure you've seen this olive tree in different spots around our house in the past. On the corner of Kyle's desk, I added in a live plant into a large pot that I already had, and doing that added life, color, and interest to kind of like a dull spot in his desk, and it also works double time to hide the messy cords behind his computer since we are doing the desk in the middle of the room. Okay, so to style the shelving over here, I'm going to be doing kind of a mix between functional and just regular decor. I'll of course put the decor pieces more higher. I guess Kyle's pretty tall, so he can reach the functional pieces anyway. I'm going to be pulling from things that we have kind of around the house and then things that were already here, just restyling it and adding in a few new pieces, moving things around. It'll end up feeling like, honestly, almost all new stuff, even though really none of it's new at all. Okay, so for the prime real estate shelves, kind of the ones at eye level, we're going to be adding some function to these shelves. Not functional decor, but it's nice if it's pretty too. Okay, so on here we're going to add the vlogging camera, and then also we're gonna have this little wood bowl. It's really cool. I think I just got it from Home Goods years and years ago. With something like this, it's so versatile and so useful that you can just move it around your house and get so many different uses out of it. So I love getting pretty organic bowls and things like that, especially when they're wood, because then they add warmth to a space and they really go anywhere. So this would be perfect for like extra batteries, SD cards, just kind of random stuff. Also, because Kyle's office has a lot of the dark furniture, I'm trying to add in some white pieces just to kind of lighten it up without having to change, you know, like the dark piece here, his sideboard, all that kind of stuff. Something that I've shared a lot is when you're decorating shelves, it's good to change like how many clusters or how many groupings you have on your shelf. So for example, on this shelf up here, I'm gonna do 2. So we'll put this plant up here and then I'll find something else to go along with it. And then on this one, I have just 1, but I could do 3. But this is a shorter shelf, so I'm just gonna do kind of like 1 longer piece. And then down here on this shelf, we do have 3 pieces, but they're grouped. So I have like this grouping and then I have this piece. So again, it's kind of like 2 different groupings, and that's just going to kind of balance everything out, and it just looks very pleasing to the eye. So I'm gonna add a little bit more up here. I think I'm gonna use these pieces. I got them on Amazon a while ago and I thought they were so pretty. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna put these down here. We'll find something else for up top. Okay, I found the piece that we're gonna put up top as my second grouping or my second cluster, and it's gonna be this vase. This is honestly one of my favorite vases, favorite pieces. I found this at the thrift store and it was normally like a really bright green glass, and now look at that texture on there. We did some baking soda paint and it added all that texture in there, and now it's just like such a beautiful, simple piece. Anytime you go to the thrift store, there are so many vases, and just keep in mind, like, you can add texture, you can make it look like pottery for pennies.
When does it get easier? I'm still alone. Everything that meant something to me, I've already thrown away. When does it get easier? I'm still a mess.
So I have like the two clusters right here, and then on this one I'm going to just do one single one. I could do three, but again it's kind of a shorter shelf, so I'm just doing one. And then down on the bottom I'll probably do like a cluster of two, and we'll kind of finish it off. I'm gonna have Kyle go through all of his cords because there's tons, but I put a few in here, and this bowl is going to be where we can just find different cords. I like this bowl. I got it years ago, I think from Target. Yeah, from Target. I like it because it has a lot of like interest in it. It looks like it's a folded bowl. It's really cool. But anything like that, even if you're adding a bowl to your space, like anything where you can add texture or interest, it's going to just make it all come together so much nicer. And then I also have this little bowl, which is going to house like some functional pieces, but just less beautiful, like pretty pieces. So we're gonna put it down here so it's still easily accessible, but it's less kind of like the focal point. And just like that, the shelf is all styled. Okay, so I think the final touch, it's just gonna be a little side table right in here. It's actually just one that we've had. We were kind of saving it to see if we use it around the house or if we use it in another like room rescue or something like that, but I think it's gonna be perfect here. I just have to go grab that, and then I'll show you how everything turned out. The final thing that we ended up doing is drilling a big old hole in the middle of Kyle's new desk. And the reason we did that was actually to hide the cords. So it looks really rough right now, but in just a second, we're gonna pop in this little plastic piece that makes it look really nice and finished. And of course, I'm using some museum gel to kind of secure it without gluing it in or anything. And this is a beautiful job of helping to corral those cords and make them look as neat as possible, because, you know, you gotta have cords, but they don't have to be super noticeable. So we drilled that hole, fed them through, and then we just secured them underneath the desk. This is the before of Kyle's office. Again, remember, look past the mess, but he had that simple desk in the middle of the room. He had his sideboard off to the left, and then we actually had that clunky couch kind of in the back corner. And now this is the after. This space now just has so much more brightness. It has such a lively feeling surrounding it. And stay tuned in just a minute, because I am going to show you more about this office and talk about all the details that we added and why we did certain things. But first, I want to share the reveal and let you see what Kyle thinks of his new office space.
Okay.
Just walk forward.
I can't see.
Okay.
this how it feels to be everybody else when we do this?
Yeah. Okay, walk forward. We have to see what angle we want you to see this at. And open your eyes.
Holy cow. Wow. That's way different. Wow, I thought you were gonna put the desk where it was before.
I know.
Wow. I like it.
You do?
It's way cleaner. It feels way cleaner.
Doesn't it feel bigger?
It feels a lot bigger too.
And a lot brighter.
Indeed. Wow. Well, thank you guys. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. I still get a good view.
Yep. The nice thing though is Luke and I moved that desk probably 10 different spots. There's a lot of options.
Yeah. No, I like this. Well, thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I like it. It's a whole different feel. I didn't think you'd be able to change it much.
It is. I actually like this way better. I feel like it's bigger. It feels bigger.
It feels way bigger.
And it feels way brighter. And it just like feels more intentional.
Yeah.
I love it.
It does. Because the other, I mean, I liked it before. This is definitely better. It feels more intentional. That's a good way to put it.
Let's break it down for a second and talk about all the things that we did. First things first, we removed that very tired rug. We also removed his old desk, and then we also removed that dark chase couch that was kind of tucked into the corner, and that opened up his office for all the changes. We first started by laying down that beautiful light rug. It feels very timeless to me. It's very, very good quality. Also, another thing that I wanted to note about the rug is we actually laid it sideways, and the reason we did that is because we wanted to make the room feel a little bit wider, and this little trick worked wonders on this space. And then once we had the rug laid, we went ahead and added in this new corner desk. We again got this from Facebook Marketplace, but it is a Living Spaces desk and made super well. Instead of stuffing it into the corner, we just placed this right in the middle of the room, kind of off to the left. That way it gave him a good view and it didn't stuff him into the corner, but it also gave us room to add in these beautiful swivel chairs. I will do my best to link a few similar ones that I found online, but these swivel chairs are beautiful, and I love that they had a smaller footprint so that we were able to kind of tuck them up against the wall, but they're still able to have movement because they do have the swivel bottoms. Now, since we took up that middle area with the desk and the chairs, we had to put his sideboard to the back of the office, and we put that right under the window, and it honestly just feels like it should have been there all along. And then to the right of that, we put that beautiful olive tree, which again kind of brought your eye up, gave it height, gave a lot of life to this space. And I honestly think that this is where I would have put the sideboard originally if we didn't already have that couch that we had brought in from our last house, and that's why we were stuck in that previous configuration. And then other than that, it was really just adding in a few finishing touches. I kind of restyled the bookshelf a little bit more intentionally, styled his desk very minimally, and then kind of left everything else very simple. But this office space truly feels so much brighter. It feels way bigger and way more open, but it's funny because now we have more and larger furniture pieces in here, so it really is interesting how you can play around with different configurations and truly make a big difference. All right, and that is everything for this office makeover. I hope you guys love this. I hope you enjoyed watching and just seeing how everything came together, and I hope it inspired you to look at some different spaces in your home, see how they can be reimagined without a ton of DIYs, even without a ton of time or effort. You can make such a big difference just by rearranging things and reimagining your space. Also, stay tuned for more home makeover videos that are coming later this month. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on those, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.